Essentially, how this works is it's straightforward. This is basically the rest there is. You enter in your billing info, whether it be credit cards, PayPal, mail-in payment, your client information, address, email, that sort of thing, and you hit checkout. Once it's all set up, you'll get an email from us, probably within half an hour or something like that, with your login details. Once you get your login details, you'll get a control panel with something that looks like this. You get a control panel that looks like that. And honestly, it'll probably take you like 5 minutes to sign up, and you'll get to this screen here. This control panel is what's going to manage your entire web hosting account. You can create email accounts here. You can create databases if you need to. You can go in and manage and look at statistics on your website and that sort of thing. So what I'm going to show you right now is just kind of how to set up a WordPress blog. I'm sure you guys are all familiar or heard of WordPress. WordPress is a very popular blogging and close, I guess, a content management type system nowadays. And with what you can actually do with WordPress is pretty impressive. So with Canadian web hosting, what we have is we have something called Softaculous, which is just located down here in the software and services section. This is an application that will allow you to install these free scripts like WordPress, Joomla, shopping carts, forums, that sort of thing. You guys don't need any technical knowledge to set this up. All you need to do is go into Softaculous here, and you will have a huge library of free scripts. Okay, you guys don't have to pay for this. This library is 100% free. It's all open source. Okay. So in the blog section, you have all these different types of blogs, WordPress being the most popular. If you plan on selling things on the internet, there are also shopping carts. Okay, Zencart is a popular one. You can look at some screenshots and this is kind of what it looks like. All you got to do is just plug in your inventory, put a picture for your product, set a price, and it'll get that all set up for you. For this here, I'm just going to go back to WordPress, and what we'll do is we'll install one application here. What class is this?
It's a Business Information System, BSYS 1000.
Okay, I'll just go Biz 1000. Okay. So this is essentially all you really need to do. We have a domain that's registered, that I registered ahead of time, called cwhtutorials.ca. Actually, you know what? Let's just put it there. So there's not much you really need to do. WordPress blog. Type in your username that you want to use, password, admin, and all you gotta do is just click install. So congratulations, the software has been installed successfully. So what we can do now, if we go here, there's our WordPress blog, and that's all it really takes. Okay, so that was pretty easy. It took like 30 seconds. Okay, if we want to edit some things, you just got to log in, and this is the back end. Okay, we can go to post. We can click add new. I'm pretty good. And there's our first post. So that's pretty simple, right? So all you guys can do this. It's very straightforward. There's tutorials online. You guys can give me a call if you guys need to. Everything is customizable on the system here. You can change the picture at the top. whatever you guys want. The menu's on the right, the menu's on the left, at the top. It's all customizable. Okay. And WordPress is, again, not the only thing that you can set up. There's so many different type of scripts up there. You guys can install them, uninstall them. It's so easy to do. Does anyone have any questions? Yeah, you. Yeah, sorry, in the black. Yeah.
If you install, I don't know what you're calling it. Like say you do WordPress and you switch to BSYS versions, your content switch with your application, or is it not?
Sorry, if you switch from WordPress to.
You said you can delete them,
Yeah.
delete them. So if you do WordPress, is your content gone as well?
Yes, because how WordPress works is that it is attached to a database. So every time you create, say, a post right here, it will basically save it to a specific database. When you uninstall that instance, so if I actually go back into WordPress here, you'll see that there's two current installations. Okay, if you click remove and delete it, it will delete everything attached to WordPress. Okay, if you basically set up a different website outside of this WordPress directory here, that stuff has to be deleted. So if you uploaded like a few pictures or made your own web page, then that would be fine. But when you delete it here, then yes, basically remove database, remove directory, everything will get removed, and it'll be nice and clean, and you can start from fresh again. So, so that's kind of how that works. Does that help? Do you have questions?
Do the companies that use your business, or other companies, do you come to them, or do they find you?
To be honest, actually, we don't do any sort of cold calling or anything like that. So a lot of our clients come to our company through references, word of mouth. We are one of the only SSA 16 certified companies in Canada. What essentially that means is it's an auditing process. It's a very thorough auditing process about how we handle our data and the security processes that we have to, say, access the data center. Do we have key card access? Is it staffed 24/7? How is the data protected? So we've gone through that sort of auditing process to make ourselves what we call the SSA 16. I know it doesn't mean anything, but a lot of large companies like Microsoft and that sort of thing have gone through that process. So when companies, enterprise-type clients, like you mentioned, when they look for a Canadian-based company, some are very strict on where they can house their data and what requirements are necessary in terms of security, what protocols are in place in the event of outage, that sort of thing. So based on that, it narrows down the type of options that a lot of customers have. So that's how they kind of find us as well too. But yeah, through word of mouth and that sort of thing is generally how we get a lot of our enterprise type clients. And we advertise on Google and that sort of thing as well too.
Do you have to go over some types of meetings whenever your company?
So what's your
Maybe if you could just repeat the question, and
Yeah,
can you hear in the
sure.
back there?
So
Okay, maybe you could talk just a little bit louder, so
yeah,
it's hard to hear in the back then.
So he was asking if how the first part of the question was how our clients, our enterprise type clients, locate us. Did you guys hear my answer to that? Yeah. Okay. The second part of his question was that I was mentioning that we do advertisement on Google as well too, and other search engines. So he was saying, he was asking that do we pay Google per click and that sort of thing. Sometimes we will run marketing campaigns where we go with what you're referring to as they're called Google AdWords. So when you go to Google, if you go to Google here, so what you see in this yellow box here are paid for by these companies. Okay, so this company is paid for, this company is paid for, this company is paid for. So every time I click on their link, they will be paying Google, okay, for that link. So I just cost hosting review probably a couple cents there. You know, so if you really wanted to, you can continue to click on your opposition's links, right? So that's kind of how it works. For us, we've done a lot of search engine optimization, and we've been around for a long time as well too, which is why we're not necessarily, we don't need to necessarily pay for AdWords. We're already listed as ranked number one. So that's one big difference. You can pay to be listed in the top, and that sort of thing. So if you go to like, right? So these top three guys have paid to be up there. So that's
Actually, that Dave Shannon website is on some contract by him.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Good.
It's okay.
So maybe I should stop looking at it. But that's essentially how it works. So you can either pay to get up there, or you can optimize your website to get ranked by Google and that sort of thing. Any other questions about what's on the table?
Show us what one of your professional level websites looks like.
Can you just repeat the question?
Yeah, so he mentioned if we can show what one of our professional websites look like. So let me just think here. I need to think of one where I can't. So one that we've created, or one of our clients. Clients, okay. The easiest place for me to do this without. I guess Denny's.ca would be one. So I mean, this is an example of one type of site. So they actually changed it up a bit. It used to be a little bit different, but this is one of the websites that we host.
You host it, meaning they create it?
Yeah. So when we talk about web hosting, so the question was. If when I say hosted, did we create it or that sort of thing? So when we talk about hosting, we are essentially the server admin. Okay, we provide you with the environment to host the website. We don't develop it, but we do have a development team who help put together this type of website. Right. Generally, we do more. We focus more on the web hosting side of things. So like the Denny's. The Denny's website was created by their own developers. We also work with a large company in Vancouver. So we host the Easy Park website that does web development. They have quite a large portfolio in terms of Bosley is another one of our clients as well too. So we do the hosting. We make sure that the site stays up. But a web developer is the person that actually creatively designs the website itself.
So if a student here wanted to create a WordPress site and then they wanted to sell like the basic ones, the basic design, sell it to a client, how much do you think they could charge?
That's a good question. One of my coworkers actually does WordPress design on the side. He tried to market the services on his own time, obviously, to a few different companies. He's tried I don't know if you guys are familiar. You guys familiar with Willow video games? Yeah, they're pretty old, but there's still one in Surrey, I think, right? Willow. So, he's tried to offer some services there, that sort of thing. To start, I think depending on your experience and skill level, there's a lot of pre-made templates out there already for like $500 that you can just buy and implement on your WordPress site. And those are already pretty professional. The downside is that they get resold a lot. So even though it's $500, it's not unique to just your website. They might resell it to someone else, and then you get two websites that look similar. It's tough to say. I think generally web developers charge more per hour. But if maybe a few $100s to a couple grand maybe, depending on how much time was put into it, how complex it is, and that sort of thing. So my coworkers had a bit of a rough time right now trying to market as a WordPress development services. But
It's an opportunity for you though. You saw how easy it was to actually create the site, so
Yeah.
you get a little bit of design skills, you're off to the races. Question back here.
is there a question? Oh.
I just heard through word of mouth, I haven't done any research on it or anything, but that GoDaddy was hacked recently.
Yeah, so GoDaddy was hacked earlier this week. Actually, we don't know if it was hacked or not. They're saying that it was a hardware failure.
Okay.
So,
I was just wondering how that affects you guys and if you guys are taking like any extra measures or.
yeah, it was great.
Or-
We had a lot more phone calls, people want to switch over, that sort of thing.
Oh.
So, I think they were down for about 6 hours or so. And then sites started to come up afterwards. Initially, people were saying that they got hacked, and then I guess they did a press release saying that no, it was a hardware failure. So I guess they had a big meeting to decide, was it our security that sucked, or was it our, it does happen though. So yeah, it affected us. It was pretty good because we did get a lot more concerned clients giving us a call, and it's tough to say what exactly happened. I don't know if they're going to release all the details, right, about why it went down and that sort of thing. We may never know exactly what happened. But in terms of how it affected us, we got a few more phone calls than normal that day. But overall, it was just more of something interesting happening during the day. Because it's tough too when the site, if GoDaddy goes down, you can't necessarily just switch right away, right? It takes a bit of time, like a few hours at least, or a couple days, and the servers have to be up in order for you to switch, because you got to grab your content to get out of there. So that's the thing. Any other questions?
What year did you graduate BCIT?
What do you think?
Oh, 5?
No, about 10 years ago, I graduated BCIT. Yeah, so it's been a while since I did that.
Okay, last chance for
So,
all the questions there.
so what I'll do,
Okay.
if you guys are interested, I'll leave a stack of business cards with Siri in case you guys are interested and you have some ideas that you want to bounce off me in terms of maybe setting up your own website, that sort of thing. I'd be more than happy to talk to you guys. Like I said, I'll provide Siri with the coupon code to make it really cheap for you guys to set up online. Okay.
Okay, let's give them a hand. Okay, that's great. It's a quick overview, and I would encourage all of you